The phrase literally means once the mountain and tomb collapse, which is a metaphor for the death of an emperor or ruler. In ancient Chinese texts, the death of a monarch is often euphemistically referred to as the collapse of a great mountain or tomb. In this context, from Strategies of the Warring States, Zhang Guosu, it signifies a crisis. The loss of a central figure of power and stability. The speaker is asking, when the king dies, how will you protect yourself or maintain your position without his protection? The collapse of the mountain. In a far-reaching empire beyond the sands of time, there stood a mountain that pierced the clouds and shadowed the valleys below. To the people, this mountain was not merely a structure of stone and soil. It was the source of all order. At its peak lived the Sky King, a sovereign of unmatched wisdom, whose silent watch over the land kept chaos at bay and ambition in check. Beneath the mountain, in the radiant city of Aurelian, a man named Silas thrived. Though not born of noble blood, Silas rose quickly through the court ranks by aligning himself closely with the Sky King's decrees. He was shrewd, strategic, and always on the right side of power. His loyalty was absolute, but not to the people, nor to the ideals of justice. Rather, to the towering presence of the monarch himself. For decades, the kingdom prospered. The fields overflowed, the cities sang, and Silas moved like a shadow in the corridors of power, feared and admired in equal measure. But like all mountains, even the mightiest must erode. Without warning, the Sky King passed into silence. No ceremony marked his departure, only a tremor that split the peak and sent whispers through the valleys. The mountain had collapsed. Panic bled into the court. Allies turned strangers, and strangers turned wolves. Silas, who had always known where the sun would rise, now stood beneath a gray and featureless sky. His power, once lent by proximity to the throne, evaporated like morning mist. Those who once bowed now looked past him. His words, once law, became echoes. He fled the palace with nothing but a single question that haunted him: who am I without the mountain? Wandering through ruined villages and storm-bent forests, Silas sought shelter in a monastery carved into a cliffside. There, a blind monk listened to his story without interruption. When Silas finished, the monk asked, "You worshipped the mountain because it sheltered you. But did you ever ask why it stood?" Silas was silent. The monk placed a hand over his heart and said, "A true mountain does not give you protection. It teaches you how to stand." Years passed. Silas remained among the monks, not as a man of former glory, but as a student of stillness. In time, he came to understand that power borrowed is not power owned. That identity built on the shoulders of others will crumble when they fall. And when a new ruler rose, one shaped not by command but by character, Silas did not return to the court. He did not need to, for he had become his own mountain.